But Kevin Keegan remains very much in the other camp, dismissing out of hand speculation this week that he is Portsmouth bound. Keegan captains a Newcastle side with one positional switch. John Ryan, the left-back, who cost almost £250,000 from Oldham, he's been struggling to find his touch, so he's moved into midfield, swapping roles today with Kenny Wharton. So a big occasion for Paul Wood, starting a home match in the senior team for the first time. And 10 days short of his 33rd birthday, a first two for Kevin Keegan. It's his first appearance at Fratton Park in a league match. And despite Keegan's denials, a lot of the home supporters would love to see him in a Portsmouth shirt next season. Alan Bailey today has to settle for life on the bench, unfit with a stomach strain, and with a word of advice too for his manager, Bobby Campbell. In charge today is David Axel from Southend. Portsmouth in the blue shirts and white shorts kick off. It's Newcastle's first visit to Fratton Park for almost 19 years. And they're faced by a heavy pitch and a Portsmouth side really trying to wash the taste of a bitter disappointment of last Saturday's cup defeat by Southampton in injury time here. Trying to wash that taste away. Over McTate, Keegan playing well forward here and taking it away from Neil Webb. Webb again after some strong work in the tackle initially from Wood. First free kick goes Newcastle's way. To be taken by Kenny Wharton, no stranger to the left-back role. And it's the other left-back, Colin Sullivan, having to deal with a cross that came awkwardly to him on the wind. And then took the safe way out at the cost of a corner. Keegan waiting to attack the ball around the penalty spot. Goes in towards the near post to John Anderson. And off Nicky Morgan for a second Newcastle corner. Newcastle congesting the near post again, and Morgan defending well again for his side. Wood is furthest forward here for Portsmouth, and was very nearly put in the clear by Webb's attempted through pass. John McLaughlin with the throw. Getting to know Kenny Wharton quite quickly. The free kick taken quickly too. Webb's cross, and it didn't quite reach Haitley. Unfortunate for Newcastle that Jeff Clark was there, right under his own bar. Newcastle almost caught cold by a quickly taken free kick that sent Webb away. Tate not quite making contact with a back flick. And Waddle breaking forward, and Newcastle have 3 against 1 here. The one is Sullivan. The chance for Keegan. The goal for Keegan. In the 3rd minute. Well, he's been saying all week that there's nothing special about him coming to play at Fratton Park, with all the speculation that maybe he would join Portsmouth next season, but he's beaten Alan Knight so early in the game, with Waddle breaking quickly and Portsmouth all over the place at the back. Only Sullivan there, and maybe not the strongest shot that Keegan's ever hit, but it beat the goalkeeper at the near post. Portsmouth 0, Newcastle United 1. And for Kevin Keegan, that's number 17 this season. Hazelwood. Well, managers work all through the week at organisation and team play. And Bobby Campbell has seen all that come to naught with a real defensive disaster that's seen his side going behind. Dermot and Dillon tussling. Waddle joining in. Free kick against Dillon, who was late on Chris Waddle. Terry McDermott, his second spell with Newcastle, of course. And Waddle showing the good touch that has made him such a highly rated player this season, and a pass too to measure up to that billing. Beardsley. Waddle. McCreary in there, Keegan. And McLaughlin, as Ryan went in, and McCreary went in, and the linesman flags for offside against John Ryan. David McCreary, who's still looking for his first goal for Newcastle United. Twice played in a FA Cup final for Manchester United, David McCreary. Rather overhit by Morgan, and Tate had to turn. Booted forward by Anderson, collected by Doyle, who got the better of McCreary on that occasion. Now Morgan. Webb going in at the near post, and Clark had to hook it away. Newcastle's first really anxious moment. Useful cross from Morgan. Played into the space behind the defenders, and the goalkeeper was caught in two minds. Doyle. Now will the ball hold up for Haitley? Woods got into the middle, and Carr claims it again, and that was a much better catch from the goalkeeper. The ball was coming away from him. Kevin Carr, who broke his arm on the opening day of the season at Leeds, has only just got back in the side. And Haitley, who's got plenty of pace to go with his work in the air, got a deep cross in, and Carr made the catch. Doyle screening it from McDermott. And finding Wood with a really perceptive pass. Morgan's been flattened off the ball, and he's out of the area, but Webb is there. Now Doyle. Wood again. Doyle again. And Haitley had strayed offside. A spell of pressure that has reactivated the Portsmouth followers, who are here in big numbers again. Really the ideal match for the club after losing to their local rivals last Saturday. Dermot missed it, Dillon collected. Good touch again from Wood. And Morgan, this is Webb. And Haitley! And Wood! It was Dillon who couldn't slide it in, but it was Wood who really had the chance. After Haitley had met the cross first time, came off the goalkeeper, and Wood actually put it wide as Dillon slid in. This is Beardsley, placed by John McLaughlin. Keegan chasing through the middle, but Beardsley halted. Wood, who really is showing an appetite for this occasion. And on he goes. Paul Wood brought down. Paul Wood's penetrating break has created this position for a free kick for Portsmouth. Doyle. Dillon. No problems for Carr. In the middle of the picture there, Ian McFall. Many of you remember as a former Newcastle goalkeeper. Keegan from Ryan's header. Beardsley. Keegan again. And Ryan a splendid move, just like the finish. Keegan sending the whole of the Portsmouth defence the wrong way. Because McDermott was to Keegan's right, it was Ryan coming behind Keegan. And the finish was tame, to say the least. Now, can Portsmouth break quickly here? Newcastle had numbers forward who are chasing back. This is Dillon. Doyle has gone outside him. Bobby Doyle, number 4. Now, can he find Haitley? Well, that's the service that Mark Haitley would be asking for. No question about it, he should have done better with that one, he knows it. Dillon biding his time before picking out Doyle. He could cut the ball back here onto his stronger right foot. And Haitley, well, got right underneath it. Keegan is away here. And Beardsley. Will he walk it in? He does. Peter Beardsley in stoppage time at the end of the first half. Alan Knight came off his line, but not quickly enough for Portsmouth. And Beardsley was able to pick a route into the back of the net. Keegan involved again. Now, this was the race that Knight lost, and Beardsley kept his composure. And Newcastle go off at half-time, leading by 2 goals to 0. Keegan after 3 minutes. Paul Wood missing the best chance, but one that came to him quickly when the score was 1-0. But Peter Beardsley has put a different complexion on things now. Half-time at Fratton Park, it's Portsmouth 0, Newcastle United. So Fratton Park, a happy ground again for Peter Beardsley. He was telling me before the game that he scored what he regards the best goal of his career here in his days as a Carlisle player. And now his goal in stoppage time at the end of the first half has given Newcastle a really firm grip as they look to complete the double over Portsmouth. It's McCreary. Doyle. Haitley. This time, as they look for the flag, it stayed down. But Mark Haitley miscued totally. Really coming at the start of the second half, how a goal could lift Portsmouth. To be seen whether Portsmouth can find any casualness in the Newcastle play. Driven across from Webb. And it's reached Morgan. Sullivan looking around to see what was on at the throw, and there wasn't a great deal initially. And a goal! Webb stuck out a foot. So Sullivan, who had to wait, and found Wood with the throw, and Wood had the shot, and Webb diverted it in. And new life is breathed into Portsmouth. Portsmouth 1, Newcastle 2, and the goal coming in the 7th minute of the second half. And a touch of opportunism, really, from Neil Webb. Meanwhile, Bobby Doyle has his name taken for using an elbow off the ball. Roeder then with Newcastle's free kick. Out from Doyle. And Keegan wrestled to the ground. Play goes on. Roda. Waddle. Roda's gone ahead of him. And McDermott is there as well. And Keegan. And that was far too theatrical from Chris Waddle. Steve Carney, the Newcastle substitute, keeping warm. Hately. Clark staying with him, but Hately the winner. And Wood's pass collected by Mark Hately. Had a long way to go and couldn't get past Roda. It was typical of the new verve from Portsmouth. And Wood showing that he can defend when necessary as well. Webb. And Morgan chasing in the middle was offside. And Newcastle make their substitution. Steve Carney, a defender, replaces John Ryan. Carney with certainly greater defensive qualities. And he's gone into the centre of midfield to try and add maybe a protective layer in front of the back four, who are having more and more problems. Wood did well and has got a corner. They may have a new favourite here, young Paul Wood, the Portsmouth supporters. Certainly got some ability in possession. McLaughlin's corner, easy though for McDermott. And Beardsley found a route for a back pass in a crowded goalmouth. Webb, the goalkeeper having problems again, clearing the ball into the wind. Wood wanting to take on Wharton, which is a good sign for Portsmouth. Cross not quite matching the ambition. But here's Waddle. In turn, examining the fullback, who is Sullivan. And they've left McDermott. And Keegan, the linesman flags. Keegan's celebrations are cut short. Offside given. But Portsmouth marking was lax here, and McDermott looped it on. Keegan offside, no goal. McLaughlin with the free kick. Webb. Now, was that handball? The arm was raised by Webb in appeal, but the ball struck a Newcastle arm. Referee David Axel was well placed, and then came the most confident of back passes from Peter Beardsley. The referee certainly waved away the protest straight away. Anderson. Waddle has got in behind Sullivan this time. Keegan guiding it back. And this time it's Newcastle feel that an arm was struck from Beardsley's shot. And the referee now has to blow his whistle to give a free kick against Hately. Appeals for handball then at both ends, but it seemed to me that David Axel was right to turn them down on both counts. Dillon. Beardsley waving Keegan on. Now it's a race on with Tate. And Tate doing some holding, but Keegan's got the strength. And has Beardsley got the finish? 3-1. They contrived it between the two of them. And Keegan shows his appreciation because it was Beardsley's pass that initially set him on his way. And those from Newcastle can celebrate again. Keegan had the strength to win this tussle with Mick Tate, and then he had the presence of mind to slide the pass for Beardsley, who clipped in his second. So it's Portsmouth 1, Newcastle United 3, midway through the second half. Sullivan. Now Haley. Was it over the line? The linesman said no. Scramble to safety. How Portsmouth needed this to go in. Carr blocked it. And Wharton was the hero for Newcastle on the line. Keegan. Waddle is offside. Wharton. Keegan coming off his man, and then, rather uncharacteristically, sloppily giving the ball away, and Tate was able to take it up, and Morgan can take it up, but can't find a way past Carr. Waddle, he's left Sullivan this time, and Newcastle are outnumbering Portsmouth in this attack. Waddle goes his own way. And Beardsley couldn't quite collect the rebound off the goalkeeper. And Keegan, goal given. They looked at the linesman a second time, but after having one disallowed for offside in this half, Kevin Keegan leaves Alan Knight on his knees. And Newcastle have 4. Waddle had the first chance. And Knight couldn't hang on. Portsmouth's chance to get the ball away passed them by, and Keegan, well, there was a certain suspicion about his positioning, but the linesman saw nothing wrong. It's Portsmouth 1, Newcastle 4. And Kevin Keegan just keeps rolling along. And the Newcastle supporters enjoying their success, victory now looking assured. Haley got in front of Wharton and stayed onside. And Webb was pulling the right foot back to let fly until McCreary slid in. And it's taken a while, but Waddle's won his duel with Sullivan, and he's put McDermott away here. Beardsley's in the middle, and McLaughlin came between the two of them. And Terry McDermott, unselfishly, was trying to set Peter Beardsley up for a hat-trick. No one would have blamed McDermott if he'd gone his own way. And Knight makes the catch. Portsmouth had such high hopes earlier in the season for going straight from the 3rd division through to the 1st. But Bobby Campbell has problems now of a different nature. Policeman explaining something to him, maybe about what's happening in the crowd. Webb. And it hit the post. Caught on the wind. Came out off the post, now Haley. And this time it's gone behind. There seemed no room for Neil Webb. It was a hopeful cross, he did well to get it in, and the ball struck the far post and came out. Haley and Morgan. That really was fiercely struck. He the type of player that never concedes to a losing cause, Nicky Morgan. And he produced a shot here that needed an acrobatic save from Carr. And it was Morgan who met it again. Portsmouth supporters have given this one up. Waddle. Now Beardsley is the hat-trick on here. Or is Keegan's hat-trick on? He's waiting at the far post. And Carney, a second time, Alan Knight deservedly earning some applause. Again left exposed. Steve Carney, who's never scored a league goal. Haitley, good turn. He left Clark. He's got a long way to go, Mark Haitley. Morgan up with him. Haitley doesn't want support. Well, it was a determined run. And Clark was always second. And Haitley always had eyes for the shot. Newcastle complete the double over Portsmouth, who are still looking for a league victory in 1984. 2 goals for Kevin Keegan, and he has also made 2 for Peter Beardsley. It's a marvellous result for Arthur Cox's side, especially knowing that 10 of their remaining 17 second division games are at St James's Park. The final score at Fratton Park, it's Portsmouth 1, Newcastle United 4.
So, Pompey comfortably beaten in the end, and we'll be hearing what their manager Bobby Campbell has to say about that in a moment. First, though, Kevin Keegan. Pompey fans must be praying that those rumours of him coming to Fratton Park turn out to be fact at the end of the season. He really did do well, didn't he? He was playing up front for the first time in months, making 2 goals and scoring 2.
Yeah, well, you know, I moved back up front again. The boss come to me and said, look, I think that's where you're best for us, and I have to accept it. You know, it's just that I'm nearly 33 now, and in some ways, the Kenny Dalglish role at Liverpool, if you like, is the next step for me. But all managers keep coming to me and saying, Bobby Campbell said after the game, that's where you've got to play. So it looks like I'm going to have to just keep battling and battling until I drop dead out there one day, and that'll be the finish.
And Beardsley couldn't quite collect the rebound off the goalkeeper. And Keegan, goal given. Now, I know it's a subject that's irritated you this week, but people are going to draw conclusions about the link with you and Portsmouth, and you've come here and shown Portsmouth what you can do and their supporters. What have you got to say on that subject?
There's absolutely no truth in it. I've had approach from one club who I'm not willing to name. I'm not even thinking about it. I've told them not even to ring me until after May the 14th, which is the last league game of the season. I'm going to go away with my family. I'm going to have a think. There's a million things going through my mind, whether I want to stay on playing in the game, whether I want to finish while I'm at the top, or whether I feel I can stay another year with these people, because these fans have been tremendous to me, and I'd hate to go away and not feel that I've given them value for money, because they're different class, you know.